This is the reason why I say that we are being targeted. Because, I mean, it's so revealing. When you look in the Bible, it's so revealing. But then again, they took a lot of stories from the Book of the Dead. So we know that too. But they won't tell you, like, the most common stories out there is never being, are the common stories to keep you messed up. The stories that are not common are put in code. So in other words, if I put this in code to you and I say, if you look in the Bible, you'll see it. Matter of fact, I'm just going to read from this Holy Scripture book because it got like a lot of, it's a different book because it got all the books of the Bible in it. It ain't got, it got all of them in it. It's got all of them. All of them. The book of Jasper, everything. All these books. The book of Jasher. You know, it got the book of Jasher in here. It's got every book. But then again, you know, of course, it's different books. It's got every book in here. It's like Zechariah. It's got them all in here. All the books, all of them. So, but anyway, I'm looking as I'm reading through this book. It's gonna say this. It's saying this. It says right here. God saw the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. First of all, it couldn't have been without void because you can't have a face. You can't have a face of the deep, which means implies water. So that means it's deep and it's water and it's a face. Face means something flat face. It's not meaning something empty, because if you have a face of the deep, and it's always gonna be dark underwater when it's really deep. When did you see it ever lit up? But anyway, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. So the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. But if you got water, you got life. That's just the way it is. So it was already life. And God saw the light, and they saw that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. Okay, this is real good here, because this is some crazy shit. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. Did he? So he was speaking in English back then. And he said that this is day and this is night because they wasn't even speaking in Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? They was never speaking in Hebrew because Hebrew came later. And they wasn't speaking in it. The language that they were speaking in, if there was a language back then, it wasn't even probably talking. How did he call it day? And how did he call it night? English language is new to the planet. Let's get that right. English language is not as ancient as you think. So when was he saying day and night? Okay, anyway. So then, in the evening morning, and God said, let there be a firmament. Stop there. Firmament. If you want to go into this book and just say you believe in all this shit, this is why I'm saying you can't say you believe in all of this and then pick and choose. You can't do it. You being fake. But me, I don't give a fuck about none of it. I know it's a fake. It's a code. It's a code shit. To me, it's interesting entertainment. But anyway, here you go. It said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. A firmament, which means it's like a dome or something above something that divides something from something else. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. But wait a minute. Didn't up here at the top in the beginning it said God created heaven and the earth? Then why are they going into that saying that he created another heaven? And that's called the firmament? Okay. So then there's another heaven he created. And he called that the firmament heaven. And then the evening and the morning was the second day. Then God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place in dry land, and it was so. So under this firmament, under the firmament. Now remember, before the firmament was created, because it's right here, it was already a creation. But he created the firmament, then he created something under that. Okay, something under that. Okay. Because it was already some other shit, but then he created a firmament, then something under that. It's just right there. It's right here. It's right here. This is the Bible you say you be looking at. Okay. Then it says it's right there. Use common sense. Stop using the cartoon, man. Use common sense. And then it says, and God called the land earth. Yeah, he did. when it always said he created the earth and that night. Now he did finna go back and create it again and say, okay, and the true and the fruit and all of that, tree fruit and all of this kind, who is itself upon the earth, and it was so. Then God brought forth the grass and the herb and all of this. God saw it was good. And then he saw that he could make the evening, because it says right here, and then the evening and the morning was the third day. Okay, so the evening and the morning was the third day. Okay, because now you got night and you got day. Because how could you get evening and get morning? Okay, okay. All right, so then it said, now let the earth, okay, it says, and now the earth brought forth grass, and I saw it was good. And then it said, and God said, let there be lights. Like God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. So now he creating light again in darkness. Because up here he just said, right here it said, God said, let there be light, and there was light. And he saw that it was good, and then the light from the, and then he divided the light from the darkness. Then he come back down here, and he said, God said, let there be lights in the firmament. So he created the lights in the darkness, then he created the firmament, then he created some more lights. This right here, man. I'm just saying, it's look at it for what it is, because it's crazy, right? Here it is. God said, it says, and then let there be lights in the firmament, the heavens upon the earth, and it was so. God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser night to rule the night, and then he also made the stars. So if he made separate the light from the darkness already, then he turned around and made a firmament after that. Then he made two lights, because that's all the sun and the moon is, some fucking lights. Then he made two lights, right? Then he turned around, and then he says, after he made the lights, he made the stars. So I would figure the stars would be made first. But he made the stars after he made the firmament, which is a dome. So how you going to make lights, stars inside of a dome, unless they fix stars? How you going to do that? You inside the dome, and now you make the stars. Now you do it. Okay, but anyway. And then it said, let there be lights in the firmament and all of that. And it was so, lesser light. Then he created some stars. And then God said, let the firmament, it said, God said, set them in the firmament of the heaven and gave light upon the earth. But I thought it was already light upon the earth when he created the light up here. He didn't have light upon the earth then. He just said it. He just divided the light from the darkness. But then this is the killer part. Then he said, God said, let us make man in our image and our likeness, and let them have dominion over the sea, the fowl, and everything. God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them. Way before Adam and Eve. So let's get that right. This is before Adam and Eve. So he gave them the dominion. Who did he give dominion if it wasn't Adam and Eve? Who was these beings that was created from their image and our? They had to be part human and part something else. All these creations, baby. Stop playing.